Hi guys, this is Mike at Figs again. Here today we're going to talk about our prototype front underplate, and just this is the installation video for the prototype, so you can kind of see some of the changes that we had to make going into production. Right here I'm going to show you how the Hex optional vent pattern is folded inward. You're going to press into the front facing edge so that you create about a 15-degree draft, and we're just suggesting that if you want the vents, you don't have to open all of them, but if you have one side of the engine, like on the header exit side on a 2J, you may only want the passenger side ventilated. But these things tilt inward, and you're just going to apply a little bit of pressure on that leading edge to push it inward. And again, we're shooting for about 15 degrees. Now this is a lot easier once it's mounted, but here I'm just showing you one finger will deflect and shape that aluminum. We've added some pretty cool little flex zones into the laser cutting to allow it to do this, and I mean, it's actually really sturdy. We did several test coupons to make sure that this folded in the way that we wanted to and that it would actually hold up. So the mounting on this is going to use factory mounting locations and factory clips. This is the prototype. We actually ended up changing the rear, just those two middle points. We added another mount to get one more mounting point, and here you can see the factory clips were just a little bit off, so we opened up those diameters. Here's the mounting hardware that you'll need, and we've got two fresh plugs for those rear mounts on the front suspension cross member. So those are going to be kind of the majority support for this under panel, are those two back mounts and then the front bumper tie-in. And there's the factory under panel. You can see how the factory clips fit onto that, and then we're going to transfer them over to our panel. But this is just kind of a comparison between the two panels, so you can just see the differences. And here's those cross member insert clips. Ours were actually missing on our car, so fortunately I had a new set. You can pick these up from the dealer, they're pretty inexpensive. And then this is showing the two clips on that side enclosure panel. It's kind of a splash guard, and here we have it all bolted together. One of the issues we had with the prototype was with the tow hook profile, so we did end up clearancing that slightly, but you can see how snug it is on this prototype. We've made those quite a bit wider on our actual production version, and then we took and added the second hole for that splash guard, and then added some flex zones into the tab. And so going back to these hex vents, once it's mounted, it has a lot more support to deflect the vent pattern. So you can just take one finger amount of pressure and just go in and activate all the vents that you want to open. And this will, you probably have one or two shots at bending this. I mean, we tried to add as much flexibility in it as possible. But yeah, just a simple push on the front side, and that will draw air from out underneath the engine, which is where most of the heat is going to want to go. And again, once they're all bent down, installation's pretty much complete. And just to highlight, we've still got that oil pan drain plug right there. I've had some questions about, oh, well, now I gotta have one more step to do an oil change. Well, not really, because if you had the factory panel, you'd still have to take it off, and we've actually got fewer attachment points than the factory panel because it's a rigid panel. So, but yeah, this will be just a start to potentially many more panels extending underneath the car to smooth out that airflow and get better aerodynamics. But stay tuned for the second installation video where we do our production version.